Travis Wingate Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. According to the gospel narratives, Jesus was hated because he declared outright that he is the fulfillment of prophecy. And yet, despite this, there are some problems that put all of this into question. That's all. And so, one of the main questions or dilemmas is Matthew chapter 2. Actually, I think, nope, there it is. It goes into it as the chapter goes on. We have several different birthdays for Jesus here in chapter 2. That's a major mess up. The first one, Jesus was born in Bethlehem. That's the first one. That's the first date. Then the next one is of Judea. That's the next one. In the days of Herod the king. That's another birth date. Behold, there came wise men from the east. There's another one. And we have seen his star in the east. There's another one. And then, the young child born of Mary. That's an ancient Egyptian document that they're referring to there. But where was the born of a virgin? Is that the end of one? Oh, yep, there it is. Matthew 1:23. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son. And that's another date of the birth. So, right there at the beginning of Matthew, you have so many different dates for the birth, and none of them are the actual birth date. Isn't that interesting? And they shall call his name Emmanuel. And yet Joseph of Arimathea called his name Jesus. Oops. You're supposed to call him Emmanuel, not Jesus. Oh, man. And so, yeah, major problems with the Gospels. Isn't that interesting? How is anybody supposed to figure out anything from the Gospels? But the major thing, which the Jews have identified as being a major problem, is that Jesus is supposed to restore the kingdom of David, son of David. But how did he restore the kingdom when he was murdered, assassinated, hung on the cross of the Romans? What's going on? What is this passage? So it's called apocalyptic literature. It's a prophecy text for latter days. And it originates with the Egyptian documents. And so it's not a history document, though it contains historical references, like King Herod was a legitimate king under the Roman Empire. Yeah, where is he that was born King of the Jews? Oops. He died. He is not the king. And so, what's going on? Because Matthew is saying here, in verse 5 of chapter 2, and they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet. And they don't say which prophet, but, Isaiah, unto us is a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Oh, a sign. Not an actual historical event. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son. A sign. All women bear children. Sometimes they're female. That's not a sign. Although, technically, yes, for the atonement, that's why women bleed on a monthly cycle and pattern with the moon. That's why that's the sacrifice of a child. And having a child in their womb grows like a seed within. And it's also the creation story, the creation of heaven and the earth, as the earth is submerged in water and then rises out of the water in birth. And so, yeah, it's symbol, but it's not a sign. Isaiah is clear here. I will give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Amen God, the God Amen. And so Amen is the Egyptian solar deity, a sun god. So Samson, Shemesh, sun, with an N at the end, which I'm the one who discovered Paleo-Hebrew, and thus refers to king, as it is the sign, character, of the northern crown of Egypt, the Nun, as it is called in Semitic Hebrew, which was an alteration of Paleo-Hebrew. And so, sun god, that's who you're looking for. And yet they say, oh, it's God with us. No, it's not. It's the God Amen. That's why they call him the Most High. Most High? Most High what? The Most High Sun. The sun at noon. Amen. And so, yeah, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for someone from the house of El. Literally, the house of El. Not a joke that the Jewish authors of Superman were doing that. And that's not a coincidence that he was born with a whole bunch of K's. Kryptonian, Kal-El, Clark, Kent. K. Because the Jews know very well he is not born of the Jews. He is born of Ephraim. And so, as Ephraim are the bad guys, nevertheless, the Jews understood that the Messiah is to come through Ephraim, the bad guys, to restore the kingdom of David. But you wouldn't know that if you aren't studying your scriptures properly. If you're just reading and trying to understand the mess and beginning of Matthew. But when you understand it as apocalyptic literature, that all of it is prophecy for the latter day coming of Christ, then you begin to understand who you're looking for. Then you can understand, and you can go into books such as the book of Jasher, where it talks about baby Moses. You think baby Yoda was cute. Baby Moses, man. takes the crown off of Pharaoh's head, and Pharaoh wants the baby slain. How many mothers have had their hair pulled by their babies and then go to extremes of cutting off all their hair so that the baby can't pull it anymore? But so one of the priests tells Pharaoh in the story in Jasher, hey, let's do a test. It's just a baby, and we'll find out for sure. We'll lay out a gem or a crown. Could have been his crown. Or we'll put a hot burning coal. And if the baby goes for the crown, yeah, we'll kill the baby. But if it goes for the hot burning coal, then it's just a baby, leave it alone. And so baby Moses is placed before the two, and baby Moses goes straight for the hot burning coal, picks it up. So you think that they would say that he blistered his thumb and forefinger, pointer finger, but no, they don't talk about that. They just say that he burns his tongue to justify the missing information in the Bible about how Moses is a stutterer of slow speech. And he was educated in the Egyptians and knew Paleo-Hebrew as well. So he was well educated, but for some reason he can't speak. Well, how do we explain this? Oh, well, we'll create this book called the Book of Jasher, and we'll write this story about this incident as a baby burning his tongue. And thus it becomes a prophecy for the last days Messiah as well. But the Gospels Christ is bold, saying, I am he, here I am. Haha, you can't touch me because my time isn't time yet. And the sad thing is that the Jews are looking for someone to save and rescue them, and yet the story says that they want to kill him because he's not the right guy. So again, that's another prophecy of whom you're looking for. Somebody whom everybody doesn't like and wants to have murdered and suppressed and oppressed and cast out because he's of low stature. He's not Caiaphas, the great high priest. President Nelson. And so, yeah, it's a gold mine of revelations or prophecies. But nobody sees them. Everybody thinks it's history. And so nobody's looking. And here we are. I've just identified the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It says right there in Revelation that they are actual men. They're referred to as beasts. And the first one gets a crown, which means they're kings. They're not mythological creatures symbolizing the various destructions and plagues and whatever. But if you're not paying attention, if you're wanting to interpret things the way that makes it cool for you and for your Left Behind video series, yep. So, but yeah, interesting. M. Night Shyamalan became popular with his Sixth Sense, as everybody was like, "Oh, he was dead the whole time. Oh, I missed it. Gotta watch it again." I see dead people, and then we turn it into a joke, and I see dumb people. But he then went and did Unbreakable. That was very interesting, because in that movie, Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass, which became a sequel, is born with a brittle bone disease. He literally is glass. If he falls, he breaks bones. And so when he was born, his bones were broken. And so his mother was in constant fear because people were thinking that she was beating and abusing her son. And she was a loving mother. But he grew up thinking in a twisted mindset that he was the villain, that he needed to find the superhero to his villain. And so he purposely caused terrorist acts that were in some cases appearing to be just disasters, blowing up buildings, causing the train wreck where Bruce Willis was on, and that's how he found him, is because Bruce Willis was the only survivor of the train crash. As Bruce Willis suppressed his identity his whole time. He didn't want people to know of his superpower, and he was ashamed of it and hid all those times because he couldn't save his girlfriend back in high school. And so then when his son finds out about it, his son wants to shoot him to find out. And so yeah, you get crazy people purposely putting to the test the last days Messiah, and that, in this particular case, Mr. Glass was purposely trying to be the villain to draw out the savior of mankind, the hero, the superhero. And when I confirmed the identities of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, I confirmed that they are purposely causing Armageddon, just like Mr. Glass. That they are purposely making themselves the villains of the latter days, of biblical prophecy, purposely making themselves the villains so that they can draw out this prophesied Jewish Messiah of Ephraim. And yet all of the revelations are right here. All you had to do was refer to your Bible to look for all of the prophecies. And like I've told you, there was that one guy who figured out the sign, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, as John the Revelator gives more specific detail of what to look for that Isaiah prophecy sign in Revelation chapter 12. I also independently figured it out, but he had beaten me by a couple of years. I didn't know he did, but we both figured it out. It's not hard. You just need a computer program Stellarium. And we're in it. And the villains purposely are searching for this guy. And so yes, like Matthew says, if he were to come out and say, I am him, it's me, hi, I'm over here, all they would do, get out the gun, poof, well, takes care of that biblical prophecy nonsense. And thus ends the Bible, and Christianity is destroyed in an instant. That's what they're doing. They're purposely trying to bring out this guy, because they know it's not some mythological, supernatural being who's going to come back from the dead, like a zombie apocalypse. But that's what Christians believe in. And so they got Christians to purposely help them to bring about the end of the world. The South Korean Christian group who used the book of Revelation as their main source of scripture. They were the ones at ground zero in China, and then went and spread the virus throughout the world. We're spreading the gospel virus! Just like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And then you had the Christian fundamentalist group in China who was telling Trump he's the chosen one. And so then he gets on the news for his chopper talk and says it. I'm the chosen one. Here I am. It's me. But everybody knows he's not it. He's the beast. The black beast, which is hilarious. Because Trump's a racist. And Putin assigned him to be the black horse beast. Oh, Putin, what a sense of humor. But yeah, Trump is also the beast further on in Revelation, in 13, with the MAGA hat on the foreheads of his followers. And his image on TV spouting blasphemies. And so yeah, they're having fun with this. But that's what they're doing. They're trying to bring out this Messiah prophesied to show that he doesn't exist, and if he does happen to exist because God is real, then they just pull out their guns and that's why they're doing the coronavirus, to kill off people. And if they can kill off this Messiah at the same time, great. And that's why they're polluting the earth, and that's why they're oppressing the people. And all the answers are right in here, guys. I've been giving you the videos to help you identify them, and I've been trying to tell you need to learn line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Because if he were to just come out and say, it's me, you guys haven't done your research. You haven't done the studying necessary to know who to look for in the first place. And so you're not going to believe it. You've been taught to believe that it's Nelson. Nelson's the guy. It's me. Here I am. I'm in the position. I'm sitting on Moses' throne. It's me. And so when you read over section 85 of the Doctrine and Covenants, you're like, what does this mean? Oh, okay. Joseph Fielding Smith Sr. said that this no longer is revelation anymore. It doesn't apply. So why don't we just take it out? If the prophecy didn't come true because it was thwarted by the enemy and the evil, or that W.W. Phelps was the bishop referred to in that one, I believe. If he repented, then we don't need it anymore. Toss it out. We don't want critics to criticize us for it as a false prophecy. But nope. It's not. It has, but it hasn't. But yeah, it had nothing to do with W.W. Phelps. It had nothing. He was a bishop. Bishops do not become kings. Bishops do not become high priests over the temple. Unbelievable. So, yeah. Alrighty. But yeah, I find it hilarious. Jesus goes in to teach in the synagogue and says, it's me, I am that I am. The Jews all freak. Ah! Kill him! I'm the fulfillment of prophecy. But somebody has to be the fulfillment, guys. If you're gonna deny the founding rock, how are you going to have the capstone for your pyramid? You do know that's what it refers to, the pyramids. And the capstone is the delta symbol. And the delta symbol is the D. And the D makes up the word David. And so the double D, the pyramid, and the capstone makes the Star of David for the restoring king. So, dun 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 dun. And yet here we are. We are in bondage. We've been fired from our jobs as we're sitting on our couches watching TV. And for the last time, as our punishment, it's like the elderly who are running the world and causing the corruption because they're purposely being the villains. They're of the generation that believe that if you want somebody to quit smoking, you stuff them full of a whole bunch of cigarettes. If you want them to quit drinking, you put a funnel down their throat and pour all the alcohol down there, like alcohol boarding. That'll cure them. And so if they think they're gay, well, you can cure the gay by forcing them to have gay sex. That's the logic they had in that generation. So, but yeah, if you're unfamiliar with the gay one, just talk to anybody who was gay during the 80s or accused of being gay during the 80s. The conversion therapy, and they didn't actually physically rape them, but they strapped them to a chair and forced their eyes open and forced them to watch what they didn't want them to be, and shocked them at the same time as they were watching it. That's where the movie Clockwork Orange comes from. Oh, God. So, alrighty. You had the scriptures and you just wouldn't listen. You wouldn't read them. You wouldn't study them. You're not looking for the right guy. That's why I originally put the main video for the channel as are you looking for the right Christ? But then I changed it to the Coronavirus Fast Sunday. I can't believe he did that. And YouTube is telling me that you guys aren't even watching you aren't even watching the video. I did the first one just as the video itself. And it's got Scrooge McDuck on the front thumbnail. And nobody was watching it. And so I redid it, doing a little introduction in the first place. And now the video. And analytics is telling me that nobody's watching the video still. You're watching my intro and then you stop after my intro. What the hell is wrong with you people? I worked hard on that video. Alrighty. We're at 30 minutes on this one. So, yeah, I have videos I could be doing. I don't know if I'll get to them or if I'll just give up because we're all doomed. But the Zoramite story, how that is a direct fulfillment now. The Zoramite story is now apocalyptic literature as it's been fulfilled by the church. Mormonism during Armageddon, the LDS welfare, why the church isn't opening up the storehouses during the rainy day. That's ancient sex ed. Was going to be talking about how I'm going to be publishing books since there's no need to do videos anymore. if the church is going to close down and go silent. And so, yeah, that's an... and then do the results of the LDS coronavirus. Where's the fulfillment? Coronavirus is getting worse. It's not going away. Oops. Guess the fast didn't work. Mormons didn't pray hard enough. They didn't give enough money in fast offerings. Oh, Mormons. And then you think that I'm mocking you? You haven't read the story of Elijah and the priest of Baal? Yeah. Is your God taking a piss? Should we wait until he's finished? Elijah was awesome. So if you think I'm giving you a bad time, but yeah, I started doing that on the website that I had before they utterly destroyed my business on the website. Yeah, I was posting the battle, me as Elijah versus the church, as the priests of Baal. I was using the priesthood keys as the contest. Who had the priesthood keys and who didn't? They lost, by the way, in case you wondered. I even gave the keys to Kwaku. I gave him the key of translation, the priesthood key of translation, and he ignored it. He threw it away. You dwelt in darkness without me, and it went away? Hello. And of course, yes, she's a redhead, so that enhances the value of that movie. Despite Laura Dannon supposed to be the fulfillment of the prophecy, but Laura Dannon's just a baby. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't kill Beth Morda. It's Willow and his little magic trick that catches her off guard, so that Mad Mortigan can have her. No, it was the old witch. She was the one who killed Beth Morda. So you messed up, Ronnie. Alrighty. You dwelt in darkness without me, and it went away. I love you, Sorsha. I'll kill you. I'll die 1,000 deaths. Just classic. And it's all gone, guys. Our entertainment's gone. No more. They're punishing us. So what we're being forced to watch with your subscriptions will be gone. That's the sad part. You guys aren't realizing it. You think that life will just continue and you'll be able to get your life back. Nothing will be back. Everything has changed. They're transforming us into the new world order of what they want us to live. We have been found unworthy of the pleasures that they deserve. We're supposed to perform for them. We're supposed to slave for them. We are not supposed to enjoy the lavish life that they live. They are the ones who believe they are the right to it. Alrighty. Since we're at 35 minutes and YouTube tells me nobody's listening now except for MD. Hi, how are you doing? Toilet paper. I'm wondering, since I've got your attention, because I'm sure your toilet paper that you received from the church is gone by now, and you're wondering, how am I going to get more toilet paper? Wow, look at this. Whole tons of toilet paper on Amazon. So there you go. And they've got the office toilet paper as well. Jumbo bathroom roll tissue 2-ply, 1,000 feet per each roll. I want 1,000 feet, and they've got them in bulk packs here. My goodness, this is where all the toilet paper's been hiding. Here's a $12 for 12 rolls of 5 layers. No, that's too much. You don't need 5 layers, you just need 2. Wow. And there's something you can put your phone on while you're doing the duty. It's a toilet paper holder, so it's not actual toilet paper. Huh. Yeah. And of course the prices are seemingly high. But yeah, you can get your toilet paper from Amazon, but none of it is Prime. TP Man and Flusher, The Adventures, it's a Prime Video. You can watch it now for free. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything that is Prime for toilet paper. Nothing. It is all, you have to wait for weeks. So you have to buy now for when you expect to be near gone. My hell. Wait a minute. 10 rolls for $3. Silky and Smooth Soft Professional Series Premium 3-ply. Too much. You just need 2-ply. Home kitchen toilet tissue for the kitchen. Soft, strong, and highly absorbent. It's 3-ply. It's supposed to be. But oh yeah, $6 for shipping. But very interesting. It's normally $52, but there's your deal. That's the best seller. Yeah, because it's $3 plus $6 in shipping. But it'll take weeks to get here. Oh man. So 15 rolls, 20 rolls, 5 rolls. Why is 5 rolls with the 10 rolls? It's the same price. It's the same price as the 15 rolls. Why not? What the? So now it's not $3, it's now $8. They deceived us. And it arrives between April 8th and the 16th. Fastest delivery, if you pay extra, is April 3rd. You probably have to pay $50 for the faster speed. And it ships, you have to wait for shipping, so it takes 2 to 3 days for shipping. My hell, they're just totally taking advantage of us. Alright. This is our little secret. No one ever needs to know.